Alright guys, welcome back to the Quaking Punch. Sorry for the weird cameraing, I just want to apologize for that right up front. My webcam for some reason isn't working, so I have to use the one that's like built into my computer. My computer's in like a weird spot on my desk, so it's like shooting up as opposed to like shooting this way because it's higher. So you're seeing more of the room than you are of me, which is good because you don't really want to be looking at me anyways, to be honest with you, so doesn't really matter. Alright, but anyways, back to business. Today we're going to be using another deck that did well at States. We're using Jeffrey Cheng's first place Oregon list. This is a list, if you watch the channel, Seismitoad Giratina was the first deck I ever did on channel, so will forever be a deck that I am very fond of. Not to mention, we are the Quaking Punch. So Seismitoad is like a staple card of mine. I love the card. Anytime I get a chance to use it, it's like, yes, game on. This deck is, you know, it's good. We've shown it, but there's a couple twists in this deck that I really, really like about Jeffrey's build. So Jeff's build, he runs the 3-2 Seismitoad Giratina, which is pretty standard. Sometimes in common you'll see a 3-3 split, but 3-2 is just as fine. 2 Shaman EX for draw power. Of course, we really don't have to talk about what Shaman EX does. This card, I really like this card in the build. Slowking's Royal Flash. Once during your turn before you attack, you may flip a coin. If heads, move an energy for your opponent's active Pokemon to one of his or her bench Pokemon. So if you're playing against something like Yveltal that's got a double colorless energy on it and they just Evil Balled, you can move it to like something useless on their bench, and then it's gone forever. And then they have to, it only works if you're not taking knockouts. If you're taking knockouts, take the knockout. But this is really good if you're trying to just screw with your opponent to move energy to Pokemon that has no energy being on. So it's really nice. Let's say you get hit by a Vespiquen and you don't have any energy to set up. Maybe Royal Flash will move that colorless energy to the Vileplume, and then they can't do Be Revenge for a turn, or they have to spend another double colorless energy to Be Return. Either way, it's a great tech in this deck, and I really like it. Just to go over some other things with the build, 4 Crushing Hammers, pretty standard. 1 Escape Rope for switching. 4 Puzzle of Time for recovering any of the energies, because this deck relies heavily on special energies, so if you lose them, you need to get them back. Puzzle of Time will help you do that. Scoop Up for longevity, and because there's really no other means of switching in the deck. You lose Keldeo Floatstone out of Expanded, so having 4 Scoop Ups really, on average, is going to give you 2 free pickups a game. That could be enough just to win it for you, so we're going to run 4 of those. We do have Escape Rope for switching as well. 4 Trainer's Mail. That's one thing you didn't see in my earlier build. We did not run Trainer's Mail, but it makes sense in this deck because there's a lot of supporters you're going to want to fish out, or other items that you're going to want to fish out, like your puzzles, scoop ups, things like that. And 4 Ultra Balls, 4 Via Seeker doesn't really need any explanation. One card I really like in the standard build of this deck, and it's not a card that sees a lot of play, that's Cassius. Cassius, you shuffle 1 Pokemon and all cards attached to it in your deck. Now you ask, why wouldn't you just use AZ so it goes back to your hand? Because with this deck, you potentially have 2 or more special energy attached to your Pokemon. And if you're losing a double dragon and a double colorless, or 2 double dragons, you only have 3 double dragons and 4 double colorless. If you're losing any of those to AZ, you're putting yourself in a bad spot. Cassius at least lets you recycle them, albeit not immediately. So there is a downside to that. So only play Cassius if you have something on your bench ready to go, but it is a really good card in this deck, and it can definitely get you out of a jam. Delinquent, discard any stadium card in play. If you do, your opponent discards 3 cards from his or her hand. We've seen Delinquent on channel. We know how devastating it can be. I mean, anytime you're playing, look at your hand. Try to pick 3 cards you can discard for no benefit. It's tough. Especially if you're going to play against a stadium that you don't really like too much, and you can only have a stadium of your own to put out. Hex Maniac is there for ability lock for a turn. Like if you're playing up against something like Vespiquen, you want to get items back, or Trevenant, you want to get items back, or anything else where an ability is just going to annoy you or maybe to slow your opponent down. Hex Maniac's in there. 1 Judge for Shuffle Draw. It's really the best supporter you have in Standard. 1 Lysander, 1 Pokemon Center Lady for healing. 60 damage in a special condition. So that's in there for again, healing and longevity. Because, I mean, Seismitoad is pretty bulky. Giratina 170, not on the bulkier end. But, you know, if you're in a position where you can heal and get an extra turn out of them, it's there. 4 Sycamore, we're not really going to explain that. That's pretty standard. 2 Team Flare Grunt, and just for energy disruption along with the crushing hammers. 1 Zerosic for tools. Abilities isn't really huge to this deck, so I don't see where, you know, using our Garbodor would really help, but other tools or special energy, being able to eliminate them is great. So Zerosic's a pretty good card to have in most decks. 2 Team Aqua's Secret Base. So if you can trap with this deck and get locks going, that's really good. So Secret Base makes a lot of sense in this deck. We got 2 Muscle Band, 2 Headringer, 3 Double Dragon, 4 Double Colorless. So it's a really good build, as evidenced by his first place win in Oregon States. You really can't discount a state championship. You have to have a solid build to win it. So this build here got the job done. We're gonna hop on. We're gonna play a couple games with it, and then I only have 1 more deck picked out for the rest of the week. So that means I got 2 more days, Wednesday and Thursday, where I don't have a deck picked out. So if you want your deck and you finished, we're gonna go top 8 or higher at a state championship. Let me know, and I will feature your deck on this channel. You know, it'll get you out there as a good player. Not only that, everybody likes to see their work complimented. I mean, then that's what I would be doing. I would be fawning over your work. Is this the right build? Let's just double check. Tis. Okay. Standard. Okay. So we're gonna hop on here. But yes, we got 2 more days. I got Friday planned out already. We're going to save the best deck for last, so you can probably figure out what deck that's going to be, but I'm not going to tell you. You guys can figure it out on your own. But I got 2 more days left, and hopefully we can get some people who would be willing to have their decks featured. I know a lot of people don't this early in the championship run because there's other decks or other days where there's going to be, you know, games you're going to have to play, like next week states and the week after states. So people may not want to share their lists, and I totally get that. But if it's something where you're going to be playing something different or not going to a new state, let me know. We'll play it. Oh, geez. Okay. This is not a great hand so far. All right, well, hopefully we can get an Ultra Ball off this Trainer's Mail. We're going first, right? Yes. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to play down Team Aqua's Secret Base. Totally shut that down here. I want to get a Hex Maniac out. I don't want him to Shaman explode all over me. So that would be nice to do, to be 100% honest with you guys. Let's see what we can get in here. Trainer's Mail. Let's take the scoop up, so if I can scoop up the Shaman and use it again, we can do that. We'll get rid of Cassius and the Crushing Hammer, and we'll go for Shaman. I really, really, really want... you know, we have other Trainer's Mail, too, we can recycle, so... Yes, we're going to draw cards. We have 6 in our hand. I want to hit the Hex Maniac this turn, and I'm going to go through tremendous lengths to make sure I get it done. There's the Headringer. So Headringer is going to be, it'll slow it down enough to the point where we may not need the Hex Maniac because he can't Spirit Link. So I'm still going to grab him though. I want those Trainer's Mails back because I want to hit Hex Maniac. I don't want him to get a full bench going and then not have really anything I could do about it. We'll take both the Trainer's Mail. So we'll play 1. I'm not going to take any of those. Play another 1. We'll take the Sycamore. And we're just going to end up trying to scoop up the Shaman. Tails. We'll go for another Shaman here. We really, really, really want that. Oh, no. We don't have it. Okay, that's fine. We're going to Slowpoke. We should have Sycamored. Well, maybe we should have checked for 2 Shamans before we decided to make that play. And again, that's going to be one of those misplays I leave on channel. I made a post on Verbank about why I leave misplays on channel. It's because you can learn more from my misplays than you could ever learn from me. Say, okay, scrap it, let's play again, and having a game where I get everything right, because me doing everything right doesn't show you what can go wrong, and what can go wrong is a lot more valuable than what will and can go right sometimes. So that's why I leave the misplays up, and I leave, quite frankly, embarrassing losses on, because you will learn from them, and that's why I wanted Hex Maniac. That's why I wanted Hex Maniac. Okay. But it doesn't look like he's going to have too much to do, though. Okay, he's going to Sacred Ash. Giratina would be nice to get going, because locking double colorless energy would go a long way to stopping Rayquaza. That hurts. Here comes another unknown. Well, the unknowns would have won. No, they wouldn't have. It's not. I'm thinking of Wob. Unknowns would not have gone off. I dug too deep for that hex, and now it's biting me. All right. So, and here comes the compressor. So is he going Bronzong? Do you think? I don't know. He could be playing Bronzong. Well, let's see what he compresses. That'll really tell us what he's doing. No, there's Psychic Energies, but he must be playing Mega Turbo then. Here comes the Hoopa. If we would have found Hex, man, we would have stopped all this. Didn't matter because we didn't have that last Shaman. Okay. Give me just a second here, guys. My wife just PayPal'd someone for cards I'm buying, so I gotta make sure they got the PayPal. Okay. So we got Xerosic. I don't see how that's going to help us, really. So we're in a position now where we just have to draw pass. Jeffrey, we are not doing you proud, my man. I'm sorry. You trusted a scrub with your deck. Now it looks like poo because of me. So there's that. I assure you this deck is really good. It's just that I'm not. Alright, so, but he's pretty much at a standstill because he cannot retreat this unknown. It's going to cost him 2 energies to retreat thanks to Team Aqua's secret base, unless, of course, he has Skyfield, which would hurt. He might not. He might hit in power for 10 here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Here comes the Sycamore, so he's bound to find a Skyfield off this Sycamore. I mean, there's no way he doesn't. But then he doesn't have any energy to retreat with, and there it is, so. Delinquent would be nice here. Well, he doesn't have energy to attack with, so he's just going active to sit. Hopefully he's fishing for an Ultra Ball. Man, I wish I would have not gotten rid of that Sycamore, because we would be playing this game right now and not just watching our opponent play. These things, they do tend to happen, however. You know what counters these decks really well, these Mega Rayquaza decks, is Parallel City. Going from 8 down to 3 is devastating. Because it's really hard to get back up once you have to discard that many resources off your bench. And he got rid of his Skyfield. I don't know what he's going for. Whatever he's going for, better be good, because we're going to Xerosic that, unless we get another supporter that we can use. But he's running pretty hot. He's only got about 18 cards left. So, I mean, once we get a lockup, he's probably... He better have something. Because we can Quaking Punch this turn. We will stop any item locks. Oh! Sycamore. Nice. And here comes the Toad King. The Slow King, rather. So we're going to Quaking Punch. We're going to slow him down. Now, he doesn't have enough energy to attack. He cannot Mega Turbo. So that does put him in kind of a position here. Because the first thing we could do is try to Royal Time Energy onto his Hoopa, which isn't going to do him any good. Having that on there, we have the Crushing Hammers. We'll play the other Toad. Why not? So first thing is we'll Royal Flash. Tails. That's fine. We'll Crushing Hammer. Heads. Gone. Puzzle of Time. Let's see what our next card coming up is going to be. I really want to control that. I want the Sycamore for sure. I mean, we can lose the Double Dragon. We got to kind of stay ahead of our opponent now. And we're going to Quaking Punch again. Alright, so already our opponent's not in a pretty good spot. He can't Mega Turbo. He's down a double colorless energy. He has no items. Really, I mean, for as hot as he ran. So the first thing we're going to try here is the Crushing Hammer. If you're going to lose it, you might as well use it. Gone. Sycamore here. We've got the Team Flare Grunt. We got the Scoop Ups. We're in a pretty good spot here to keep our pressure on. So I'm not really in a really big hurry to make a lot of moves. So we're just going to Quaking Punch. And, we're going to play the slow game. Okay. Do we have Lysander in our discard? Because I want to get rid of that energy. No. That's okay. We'll double colorless onto our Toad here. And we will take another Quaking Punch. Yeah, so if we can get rid of that energy... He's got 2 unknowns on the bench. He really can't get rid of them, though. He's going to have... Well, he doesn't have free retreat. It's 1 retreat, so he's kind of stuck here. So let me take the knockout. But does he take the knockout 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3? Yeah, he's taking the knockout for sure. But we can Headringer it, forcing on another energy attachment. That's what we're going to do. And we will take the first knockout with Quaking Punch. And we'll be awarded 2 prize cards, which could really help us out in this situation because I would like to get a Giratina set up some way, somehow. There's our Shaman, there's our Sycamore. Neither of those are going to help us get a Giratina set up because I don't want to throw away the resources we have available on hand. Now, next turn, we can potentially clear all energy off. Baby's calling for mom. He's looking for mom. Can't find mom, but that's not part of this game. Wow, that's a lot of attachments. That is wow. Okay, so we could potentially just cripple our opponent for the rest of the match here. If we hit heads on our Royal Flash, throw that over to a Hoopa, Team Flare Grunt, that's it. He's pretty much in a really, really tough spot. But we got to hit the heads. Like that's a must. It has to happen. Because Team Flare Grunt is happening. All right, we got to hit the heads here. We hit the tails. It's all right, we will Team Flare Grunt. We'll get rid of it. He still needs an energy attachment here. If he doesn't get it next turn, we can Team Flare Grunt him for sure. Maybe how many hammers have we played? 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting knocked out anyway, so let's play these Scoop Ups. Tails. Tails. Let's Escape Rope. Just trying to clear out as many cards as I can for a Shaman setup. And our two Toads are pretty much the same. We're getting one shot at anyways, so I mean retreating isn't really going to benefit us too much. If anything, we can get a crushing hammer off of this and hope to get that last double colorless energy off of there. That would be nice. Nope, but we do get a muscle band. And this is our last puzzle of time, I believe. We really didn't manage those too well this game, and that's something we got to do better. It has to be, right? 1. Yep, 2, 3. So we'll play it, see what kind of effects we can get from it. We have the Lysander, though. Hammer, Tina, Team Flare Grunt. Actually, let's take Tina, so then we could Sycamore for the hammer and the Flare Grunt. Okay, and we're going to Quaking Punch. Cool. Tough goings. Alright, but he can't do anything with the Shaman this, so he can AZ it. Okay. Still, Team Flare Grunt is a major help to us right now. He AZ'd that, so he's going to Emerald Break. He's going to knock us out. This is a tough match. See how many double colors we have in his discard right now. That's his last one. So that's it. We're just gonna Team Flare Grunt. We're not gonna mess around with the heads. Let's Team Flare Grunt it right off. Royal Flash. Let's see what we can hit on that. If we get a heads, it's great. Man, we whiffed every time on that card, huh? All right, 30's there. We're out of muscle bands. Might want to try and get into a position where we can attack with our Giratina. That'll be nice. Even if he finds another energy, we still have Royal Flash, which we haven't hit yet, so we're bound to hit it eventually. He's just going to scoop. He knows he doesn't have the energy. We got bailed out there out of a really bad game. A really bad misplay. A key top deck really helped out. And then just keeping energy off the board helped. Hitting those crushing hammers was huge. Flare Grunts were huge. And item lock was huge. Because if you can't Mega Turbo, and you're attaching double colorless at a time, and that's a mistake he made, attaching double colorless to the active when I Flare Grunted. He learned from his mistake and he clawed back in. I still think he could have maybe stalled out, gotten the energy attachments, and taken the last prize. He only had one more knockout to take. I mean, it's not really asking a lot. But if you figure the odds of hitting at least one more Royal Flash or Crushing Hammer are probably in my favor. So that is what it is. This is not ideal. We got to hope for like a Cassius or something, you know. All right, we're playing some weird like metal deck with Excadrill. What does this thing even do? I don't even know. Okay. I mean, I don't ever like criticizing people's decks because, I mean, this is a fun game. It should be fun, and you should be allowed to play it however you want, but I just don't get that Excadrill. Okay, well, Dialga makes sense. Chrono Wind actually could cause us a lot of problems because that's all we have are EX. But he is going to rely on double colorless probably, so if we can Royal Flash it off and then Tina Lock, you know, he can't get it back up. So, yep, there's the double colorless energy. Let's hope we can hit it. Let's hope we can get something going here. I want to get the item lock going next turn. I want to get that energy off of him. So first thing we're going to get here is an Ultra Ball. Because we need it. Trainer's Mail. There's a lot of things we need to be able to make sure we were... I don't want to use any of those, to be honest with you. Okay. 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 We're going to probably have to go for a Shaman here because I really need to hit a Cassius or an Escape Rope, and leaving that out there active is really not going to benefit me. I wanted to play the Secret Base first. Okay, well, there's a secret base. Maybe we could scoop it up. Nope, we can't scoop it up. It's got to be Judge. I don't want to throw away any of those cards. Muscle Band's a little too important here, so I'm not going to willy-nilly throw it away. My opponent is going to get another turn of items, but he's not going to get the Chrono Wind on us next turn, which is good. Well, we got the hammer, so there's that. We got the tails, so there's that. That's it. That's our turn. Really not much we can do. We will live the Chrono Wind, provided he doesn't get a Muscle Band on his Dialga. I don't know if these things carry Muscle Band, to be honest with you. I don't really know. I've never really seen the deck in action. Man, I would have liked to have hit something better off of those Shamans. But we got Slow King, so we can cause some problems. Hopefully, we didn't hit any last match. But I figure, like, the start we had is, like, worst-case scenario start with this deck. And how often is it really going to happen that you're going to lead out your only Slowpoke? And then not hit anything like Cassius or anything like that to get it out of there. Well, we got the Scoop Up, but I don't have any Toads. You know, we could scoop up our... Oh, wow, Aegislash is going to be tough. That is not good, because all we have are special energies, so we're relying on Hex Maniac to deal damage. That's no bueno. That's Spanish for no good. Oh, geez, I don't really know. I don't know. This isn't our match, guys. I'm just saying. There's the Drober. Here come the Metal Links. Alright, there's the Chrono Wind. We're going to evolve into Slow King because really no reason not to. And we got the Giratina. We got the Muscle Band. Got the Scoop Up. Hit the Scoop Up. Hit it! Alright, so that is going to Bronzor. Alright, I want to Lysander something here, just so I can stall out a bit. So Lysander this. There's only one... I should put it on the Bronzong and then Lysander the Bronzor, actually. Because, I mean, he'll discard it to retreat if he gets a Steel Energy. So let's put it on... Lysander the Drober. I probably should have hexed, but I didn't want to give up an easy KO. To be honest with you guys. Hitting the Royal Flash helped. If he top deck another double colorless... Oh, now we need to see what this thing does. Well, he gets to attach energy, so... I didn't know what it did. I felt like that would be a good Lysander, honestly. I was wrong. I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. Oh, jeez. I don't know what to do, guys. Steven, like, who plays this card? Search your deck for a support card in a basic energy or villain and put them in your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Like, I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Like, why would you need a supporter for next turn? Like, I mean, what if you already had one? I mean, I guess if I had Steven last turn, I could get nothing in another supporter. But he has a basic energy for next turn, but hopefully I can make him, like, waste energies. So, oh no, he's got the double energy, the double attack. Okay, then. So there's that. There's Team Aqua's Secret Base. There's Hex Maniac. I don't know what to do. It is what it is. Man, this game we're just bricked hard. I mean, like, I don't even know, like, any plays I mean, I'm sure there's plays I could have made differently, but I'm having a hard time thinking of them. And we're losing to a deck that plays Tierno. Tierno. Okay. I guess things happen. I really need something here, though, guys. Oh, no, he's going to take the knockout straight up. I forgot about that double attack. Who plays Excadrill? Thank you, Based Sycamore. Alright, so we have 2 Seismitoads. Hopefully I can... I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we're just being led to the slaughter right now, man. This is not fun. So game 1 was a good game, right? This game we're just getting slaughtered. There's really nothing I could do. I mean, unless I get a judge to get all that energy out of his hand and play Team Flare Grunt, I can't even play both on the same turn. So I need to judge Crushing Hammer and I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. We're just going to Sycamore because hopefully I can hit a scoop up. I got the scoop. Can we put this on something? The Dialga, sure. And we missed the scoop. So that's no good. But we got the Cassius, so we're going to give up these prize cards. It's whatever. I mean, I missed the scoop up. Hitting the scoop up would have been great, but we missed it. And we missed a lot of coin flips. I'm just going to put that out there. We missed coin flips, too. Hitting that scoop up would have totally changed the game, because then I could have hit for Quaking Punch. He would have done 140. I could have Cassiused, put it back in the deck, sent up another Seismitoad, Quaking Punched. He'll hit for 140. I can Cassius again, put it back in the deck, and then who knows what I would have top decked in the meantime. Maybe I top decked something to help me out with a Chaos Wheel for a knockout. You know, I don't know. But now we're in that position where we have to do the Cassius thing. And he's only got 1 prize card left, so he's a Lysander away from winning, basically. And he's going to take a hit on us, too. Yuck. So we can't even, like, we just got to Cassius right now. We got to do it. So I probably should have sent up the Shaman and then set up again the next turn for some draw, but this is a no-win situation anyways. I mean, realistically, we're not going to win this match. It doesn't matter. And to think I made fun of this Excadrill, and it's doing me in right now. It's doing me dirty. We could Pokemon Center Lady, but that still doesn't get us to where we need to be. Team Flare Grunt, maybe? I don't know. It's worth a shot, because we can't cash this again. We have nothing to attack with. Cannot do it again. If he attaches, we're toast. And we're toast. So, good game. I guess. So game 1 was good, but you guys got to see the deck. Let me see. Let's see what we're time at. This is leaving a bad taste in my mouth. We're at 35 minutes. I can't do another one. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thanks to Jeffrey for giving us the deck list. Allowing us to use the build. Sorry I didn't do any better for you in game 2. Game 1, though, we played really well, and I thought, aside from that one minor misplay in the beginning, we had a very solid match that game. We made all the right plays. Game 2, I still felt like I made the right plays in game 2. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But, I mean, I felt like once he got going, and I just couldn't get going. I hit 2 shamans in my first turn. Nothing out of that. Started a slow poke. Couldn't get that thing out of the active to save my life. And that's really what derailed this second game. But you're going to have those. This is Pokemon. In a best of 3 setting, you won't have as many of those. Hopefully, you only have every now and then you can win the next 2 games after having that one thing happen to you in the best of 3. That's why I like the best of 3 format the best, because sometimes in a card game, you're just going to donk. You're going to start slowpoke and nothing else. And it's just like, well, this isn't my deck. This is it's part of my deck, but it's not what my deck's supposed to do. So that's basically, what happened in game 2. But like I said, I still have 2 more spots left. Please, if you have a top 8 finishing deck, I don't care what age range you are. You could be a senior, a master, top 8 deck, any states. Let me know. No juniors. I'm not gonna do any junior decks. But seniors, masters, we'll do those. If you have a top 8 deck, let me know. We will certainly feature it on our channel. I got 2 spots open, and then Friday we're saving the best for last. And if you know what it is, great. If you don't, you'll find out Friday. But thanks again for watching with us, guys, on the Quaking Punch. We'll be back tomorrow with another.